they never learn. They never learn. Never. I haven't seen it yet. I saw the notification a couple of days ago and I was like, okay, well, I've got my content for Thursday. But they never learn. I mean, go watch it. You can tell that they just watched this video and didn't think for a single moment, maybe I should go look at the Lore Lodge's other stuff. Maybe I should go see if this is a good person for me to challenge, you know? And I'm not saying this to be arrogant. I am very confident that the flat earth movement is ridiculous and that the earth is a oblate spheroid and that everything about this is nonsense. But, like, my point in saying, you know, they never learn is, like, go watch the other videos where I've debunked conspiracies. Whether it's Bohemian Grove, whether we've talked about the Illuminati, whether we've talked about Tartaria, because if they did, they would notice one specific thing. I am never, ever talking out my ass. And yet, once again, despite the fact they knew there was a part 2 coming, because I said there was a part 2 coming, we have this. And I'm grateful. I'm very grateful, because as I went through part 2, it gave me all of the equipment I need to take on this kind of thing. And to be honest, you know, there were things where, like, as I was shooting during the video, I had to go back and recheck my math. I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe I was wrong about that. And I kept coming up with some very interesting things. For example, did you know that even at 20 miles above the atmosphere, if you are looking at the Earth, if the Earth is in the middle of your field of view, you have a horizon point right here. At 20 miles, you will have only 2 to 3 degrees of visible curvature on either side. 2 to 3 degrees. And here's the thing, it's not like I sat there and I went through the theoretical mathematics. I built a simple scale model in Canva, and I just created a circle that was the diameter and circumference of the Earth at a 1 pixel to 1 mile scale. And then I used a line that was a 1 pixel to 1 mile scale, and guess what? You can find out pretty much anything you need to from that. It's not going to be perfect, because again, there's only so much you can do. But yeah, I just... Part of the problem is I had to get bigger and bigger scale models. I ran out of space in Canva. I'd need a much bigger plane. I tried doing it in Paint.net. The problem was that Paint.net couldn't handle it either, because it turns out the biggest circle I had to make was something like 79 million pixels wide, and it just couldn't do it. It could not render it without lag. But yeah, anyway, this is... Whoo boy. This is gonna be a fun one for me. I'm very excited. I will say this much. I'm not sure that there is another YouTube video out there that went as far as we did in debunking this. You know, it's... I'm pretty confident. I looked around. I am very excited for Friday, for tomorrow. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., I mean, whoo boy. So let's just really quickly, it was like I think it was like 100 pixels per inch or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Again, this was like rudimentary. My point was to show on a scale model, because we talked through the math, but I'm not good at math, so I decided to build a model to check myself, and it worked. But I do want to quickly go through and check out some of these super chats. Ryan Whitcup said, just got back from MEPS, 94 on the ASVAB. You go, my guy. Have to get a waiver for a diagnosis. Wow, this is very similar to how mine went. Well, good luck. I wish you the best. You know, there are a few things that you can do that are more selfless than military service. And Kellen said, before you get too far, cream cheese on a Philly because it was effing disgusting. I don't know who suggested that to you, but no, never get cream cheese on your Philly cheesesteak. Ugh. And White Trash Panda said, Mattis is a putz. I am guilty. You are correct. But all right. Whew. And yeah, I will tell you this much. Usually I only drink on the Friday streams, but cheers, ladies and gents, because I have a feeling I'm going to need it. But all right, here we go. We're not going to get through this whole video today. I'm going to play it on 1.5 times speed, maybe 1.25. We'll see how fast they talk. but I'm going to play it at about 1.5. I'll start it at 1.25, and we'll see where it goes. We're going to start it there. This is a 2-hour-long reaction to my video. I guess it was live streamed. We'll see. Oh, by the way, I kind of bury the lead in tomorrow's video, but this guy right here, Eric Dubé, straight up Nazi. And I don't mean that in, like, he's been critical of Israel since October 7th. I mean, does the whole thing where he's like, the Holocaust didn't happen, but if it did, it was a good thing. Calls Hitler a good guy, talks about him being a hero. Like, things that I felt uncomfortable saying in the video because I was worried we'd get demonetized, or that we'd, even worse, get a community guidelines violation. So, like, this guy's just a straight up Nazi. And you can tell that the flat earth thing is totally tied into that for him. That said, I don't think all flat earthers are like this. I think it's probably a small minority of them. But yeah, this is why I go so hard against these conspiracies, is because a lot of the time it's a gateway drug to things like Nazism. Which, listen, I'm not sitting here being a left-winger telling you Nazism's bad. I'm rather on the right for the most part. Socially, I'm generally pretty, you know, live and let live, but economics and all that, I'm pretty firmly on the right side. I am not like a progressive left-winger coming at these guys saying, you're a Nazi, you only believe in this because you're a bad person. I'm saying this because they're bad people, you know? Like, this is, if you consider Nazism to be far right, then I am shooting across at my own side. Because I don't like them being there and I want them to go away. I also am very pissed off that flat earthers so commonly talk about how the Bible says the earth is flat, because it doesn't. They use specific interpretations that are often based upon bad interpretations in and of themselves, and then they make Christianity look like a joke. Christians don't believe the earth is flat. The Bible doesn't say the earth is flat. The ancient Israelites probably perceived of the earth as flat. But the thing about the Bible in Christianity is that the Bible can't be wrong. What can be wrong is your interpretation. So, if the Bible were to say the earth is flat, that would make the Bible wrong. Because the earth is objectively, provably, an oblate spheroid. So, no. The earth is not flat. The Bible does not say it's flat. If you think the Bible says the earth is flat, you're reading the Bible wrong. I will die on that hill. So, here we go.
So you throw a pitch, just take it and move on.
That's loud.
Yo, Fluffs, what's up? It's good to see you guys. Thank you all for coming. I'm glad you could make it. Vicky, good to see you.
Oh, this is off to a roaring start.
Do you have PJ Group Chat?
Okay, that's the fine. Do this a little bit.
Hey, man.
I could never have expected it was gonna be this good.
Michael Con, what's up, Italian? How you guys doing? And we are live, I think.
This is gonna be so fun. I'm so excited for this.
Yo, Fluffs, what's up? It's good to see you all. Tonight's going to be a very triggersome stream for some people. I've already been having some triggered numpties like Sean Hawkins coming in.
You know, Fletcher, both you and Dave are just
Get out of my car!
you are too much of a coward.
Do you guys remember YouTube in 2006? I know some of you were born in 2006, but like, for those of you who were born pre-2000, do you remember 2006 YouTube? Because I feel like I'm watching an ASDF movie right now. Like, this is OG YouTube right here, but he's serious.
And, right, if you...
You want the video to be louder? Okay. All right.
The Fallacy King.
Newgrounds, perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking of, and I could not remember the name of the website.
You stupid woman.
That's gonna be an interesting one tonight. Yo, Fluffs, what's up? Good to see you all.
Oh my god, it starts off perfectly. We get through this fever dream animation, and what do we have? What do we have? Dude is ripping a bong. My man is getting zooted to start the stream. And his sovereign soul, unchained mind, this man has definitely had his brain broken by acid. Oh my god. This is incredible. I love the mix here. We've got this guy up here who clearly perceives of himself as having some divine wisdom. This guy right here who can't even tell that the picture in his background, in fact, is curved by what appears to be 1 to 2 degrees between this side to that side. And also, which it looks like it's an animation, like a graphic. How the hell did you manage to make a flat earth graphic that has a round earth on it? And then this guy who's just clearly like in his basement studio grungy ass apartment wearing a New York City shirt. Like, how are you going to pretend to be outside of the Matrix and then you're sitting here wearing a shirt with the name of the capital city of the Matrix on it? And no, I'm not an Andrew Tate person. Don't go there.
Yo, Fluffs, what's up? Good to see you all. Thank you all for coming. I'm glad you could make it. We have Dave and PJ Cruikshank on the Elements, and Restream. How you guys doing?
I'm not sure. I know Flatoid's Perspective left some comments. I don't know if he was in chat.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Fantastic, man.
That's
That
good.
was-
It's good, yeah?
That intro always
What is this accent? Dutch, maybe?
makes me smile now.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it? He's brilliant, man. I mean, I don't know how he does it.
I'm not even sure what our friend PJ here is saying.
It's good to see everybody here. I'm just going to say hi to everyone in the YouTube land quickly. Jeff, Conkel, thank you for coming, man. Toshiro, what's up, man? Glad to have you in. PJ, Miss Mod, Queen Bee, Vicky, it's always good to see you. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you very much. Angela, baby, what's up? Good to see you, Angela. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming. Brian from Brian Stave.
I remember when our show was small enough that I could call out the names of our viewers.
Really great
I'm only being a dick about that because several people in the Flat Earth community have tried to make it seem like I have no platform, and they do. Meanwhile,
to have you in, man. Always good.
like, I need you guys to know that I have very much been, like, I have become very sick of Flat Earthers. The arrogance, the narcissism, the refusal to accept anything that deflects from their paradigm. It doesn't matter what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's, oh, he's here. Yeah, I am reviewing this. Listen, man, I've already got Witsit coming on. The chances are I'm not going to be bringing a bunch of Flat Earths on. But since you had the integrity to pop in and say something, I will step back a bit. I will be more polite. I will be less rude. You had the integrity to come in and say something. I respect that. So I will keep the rest of this stream as academic as I possibly can for that reason. So I apologize for coming at it and being rude. But you know, I've been going at it with your people all week, and I am really at the end of my rope. So I will try to be nice. And I was close with saying Dutch, because Afrikaans.
Good to see you. And Spuddy Taylor in the house too. Glad you can make it. Jeff Gassett also just popped in. And Don Logan. Woohoo. Good to have you guys in. Thank you all for coming, and one mind, one spirit. You guys rock. Please don't forget to hit the likes, share the show. Really does help to get the show out
By the way,
there.
just in case you guys didn't know, and I'm sure, you know, I would not be surprised if he uses that little diatribe of me just being a dick. Whatever. I don't care. I really don't care if the Flat Earth community thinks I'm an asshole. I just don't. But I actually lost my train of thought. We'll see where this goes.
Wide audience.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Witsit Gets It is I put a tweet up and I was like, who do you guys want? Who would be your guy? The one you think cannot lose to me. And they said Austin Witsit. So I'm bringing him on May 19th. Gonna be a debate. I will be nice. I will use my nice voice. It'll be like when we had Zertis on, and like when we had Ashton Forbes on. People that I disagreed with, but I was cordial to nonetheless. Yeah. So they're gonna Austin Witsit's gonna come on. His people are very confident. We'll see how it goes.
So we are going to be carrying on that
Have a
video
good
from
night,
that
Flatoids.
Scottish rock.
Flatzoids. Also, I mean, I will say, you don't have to be stuck here. You don't have to let this define you. You don't have to stay so deep into this world. You can get out and you can talk about it. And honestly, you'll probably have a bigger platform if you pull yourself out of the cult. If you pull yourself out of this and you look at it objectively and you say, I was wrong, here's why, here's how I got wrapped up into it. you will probably have a bigger platform. You'll be taken more seriously. And if you pivot and you start looking at other conspiracy theories, you might actually do some good work. That's what happened to us. We started out on the missing 411 thing. We were certain, I was at least, that there was something out there responsible for the missing 411 phenomenon. And now it's down to like maybe 10 cases that I'm like, yeah, that's actually really strange. Maybe they were taken by someone or something. But we were able to completely shift from being a channel that was all about one conspiracy to a channel that covered all sorts of things from unsolved disappearances in cities all the way out to things like Flat Earth. Successfully. It's there. The path is there. You don't have to feel trapped. You're not. The internet is forever, but guess what? So is the forgiveness of the internet. There are people who will never get over it, but the vast majority of people will sit down and go, all right, you know what? Cool. He came around just like I did when you popped into chat and showed integrity. You can do it. I believe that you guys have the ability to pull yourselves out of this. Part of the reason I'm so mean is because I feel like at a certain point, only ridicule is enough to drive people out of it. At a certain point, you just have to be mean to get people to finally question it. Because I've seen it. Approaching the flat earth phenomenon with facts and reason doesn't do it. It doesn't work. They don't pull themselves out. So, yeah, anyway, on we go.
Reich Mason Christian guy.
Oh.
On that video from that Scottish Reich Mason Christian guy.
Wait.
Really, really does help to get the show out to a wider audience. So, we are going to be carrying on that video from that Scottish Reich Mason Christian guy.
So, first of all, not Scottish Rite. Not a Scottish Rite Mason. York Rite Mason, that's the Christian side. I've yet to do a single Scottish Rite degree, and when I do them, it's more going to be for, like, curiosity purposes. I've read a lot of the Scottish Rite material at this point. I don't love it. I think that there's some good moral lessons in there, but I think that it gets a little bit too close to Gnostic theology, which I don't love. But that's the beauty of Freemasonry. The only things that are universal to Freemasonry are those first 3 degrees, and after that, everything's different.
Oh, aye.
What's up, Saddlebum and TV? What's up?
Trust the Masonic lodges and all that to start up in Scotland. I mean, nothing to be proud of.
What?
But before we start, though, news on that guy that bishop that got stabbed.
Oh yeah, did you guys hear about that? I don't know, like I'm glad he brought that up actually. Like kudos to him because a bishop, I think it was in Australia, was stabbed during a prayer service, and it appears to have been religiously motivated. They're thinking it's an Islamic terror attack.
What? How do you spell his name? He is in critical condition at the
It's Bishop Mari or something like that.
moment.
I believe he's an Orthodox bishop.
Mario
Emmanuel.
Marmiari Emmanuel.
Yeah, McPherson. Masonic lodges were probably not started in Scotland. I was actually able to trace it back further than 1599 recently. It goes all the way back at least to 1425 to 1390. Sometime in that period seems to be the first Freemason document, and it is actually directly cut out of operative masonry, actual Masonic guilds. So it's it's called the Hallowell manuscript or the Regius poem, but basically what it contains is a Middle English poem which talks about how to treat your apprentice masons and how to treat other fellow craft masons and master masons. It is all about the actual operative craft of masonry, of building things out of stone. But it also includes moral guidelines. It talks about the things that you should and should not do, how to treat people, that you should go to church weekly. So it's a mixed document that is both operative masonry, how to treat guild members, and then also how to be a morally upright person and how that should be representative of the Masons Guild. And it's believed that this is the earliest Masonic document to survive to the modern era. Now, we may have earlier ones laying around somewhere. This one was, I think, discovered in the 1800s in somebody's private collection, and they didn't even know what it was. And that document claims that Masonry got to the UK, to England, under King Ethelstan, I think in 926 AD. So that this one claims that Freemasonry, as we know it, was founded in York in 926 AD. Traditionally, it's held that Freemasonry was brought to Europe by the Templars, which would mean that it can't be that early. We're doing a video on Freemasonry in a couple weeks, so I'll give you everything I can find. And that includes the stuff I can find in the Masonic Library. I have their permission.
Martin Emanuel. I usually watch a lot of his stuff. He preaches very good. He's a bishop there
It's kind of like an HR guidelines book.
in Australia. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, he 2 weeks ago he got
So he's not actually Orthodox. He's a Nestorian. Okay, well, still, either way, Nestorianism is a heresy, but it's not something that should get you killed.
But 2 weeks ago he got a death threat, and he just shrugged it off. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh, I'm sorry. I just saw Exile in Thrones comment. The absolute Giga Chad recovered from getting stabbed by a Muslim, and it said in his near-death experience that he saw heaven and there was no Muhammad. Like, listen, I'm not going to get into the theological debate between Islam and Christianity right now, but, like, that is based as hell. You get stabbed and you're like, your prophet isn't in heaven. Like, what a Chad move.
just take it. Whatever happens, happens. God's in control and all that. And while yesterday,
Not that, Muhammad.
Islamic died.
Now, here, let me say this much. I personally, as a Christian, do not believe that anybody goes to heaven or hell immediately upon death. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I think there are certain people who probably do go immediately to heaven or hell. But I think it's a very small number. And this is one of the few places where I kind of agree with Pope Francis. Not that there is nobody in hell. I don't imagine there's nobody in hell. But I do imagine that, based on the scriptures, there is a place between heaven and hell that we go when we die. And that the being cast into the fires of eternity, all of that I believe happens after the final judgment that is in the book of Revelation. My estimation, based on what's in the scriptures, is that one of two things happens when you die. Either you go to something akin to the Catholic concept of purgatory, where you atone for your sins for a period of time, or that you simply go into a state of something like dormancy, and you just wait for the end times, and then the judgment comes. But that's my personal interpretation. That's how I look at the Bible. But I just wanted to get that out there, since the topic came up. But anyway, back to the flat eartherism.
Jumped up and attacked him with a knife, started stabbing him. He ended up stabbing, I think, 3 people or whatever. And screaming Allah Akbar while he was doing it. But what's the sad thing about it? The media is trying to brush it off as not being an Islamic hate attack.
He's actually right about that too. When I went to look it up, it was 100% framed as being like a random teenager. Meanwhile, everybody there was like, it was an Islamic terror attack. And the media's like, a random teenager.
Okay.
And I'm seeing a lot of people also on the internet trying to defend it and say, oh, no, it's not Islamic. You guys are not understanding.
Something along the lines of Shale, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, okay. That's why someone jumps up with a knife and starts yelling Allah Akbar and starts stabbing at people. Which is sad. But anyway, good news. The guy is stable the last time I heard. So if you guys hear anything, and just pray for him, because he does awesome stuff.
What denomination am I? I am a Methodist, Wesleyan Methodist. I don't have a church right now because the only Methodist churches around me are United, and I'm not on that side of the Methodist schism. And it's not solely because of the fact that the United Methodist Church is allowing gay marriages. It's not just that. It's a number of other things. But I'm of the mind that, like, my religion tells me not to marry a man. That doesn't mean other people can't marry men, but I would prefer that my church not perform those kinds of marriages because it goes against the teachings of the church. And if you go against that in the church, then what else is on the other side? So, I think gay people should be able to get married if they want to. I just don't think that Christian churches should perform those marriages because it's not in accordance with the Bible. No, I'm not anti-gay marriage. I have a gay uncle. He's like one of my favorite people in the world. I have lots of gay friends. I hope they get married. I just don't think that they should get married in a Christian church.
Yeah, what's up, Jeremy Bird? Good to see you.
Could you imagine how much how much a Christian would be like defamed and everything. Do you know what I mean? Spoken about.
White Trash Panda, if you go and look at I think it's the first episode of Weird Bible, we cover it a little bit in there.
And slagged off for doing that to someone Muslim. You know?
Imagine a
People-
Christian, yeah. Imagine a Christian
so-
had to do that. It would be
That's what
all
I'm
over the news now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Islamophobes.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah,
I'm telling you, they're going to try to push this one world religion thing.
Yeah.
And when I found that
yeah.
Council of Peace and Reconciliation that they have in
What are they on
Astana,
about now?
Kazakhstan, it's this pyramid, and it's like where all these leaders of all the different religions all meet
but it's-
every 3 years or something.
I would like to know who the leader of Christianity is. Please enlighten me.
But I mean, it's been quite a few. It's been like 15, 20 years actually with this.
Depends on what part of the Bible, McPherson. Certain things are very, very literal. Certain things are extremely allegorical. So that's the issue. That's why there's been a long tradition of biblical interpretation. But yeah, no. But just to be very clear, I really do have no problem with gay people getting married. I cannot wait to go to the weddings of my gay friends. Like that, you know, I'm going to celebrate the fact that they are living their lives together and they're happy. You know, but I don't think the Bible says that Christian churches should perform those marriages. So that's, yeah, you know, I let me put it this way. I would not officiate a gay marriage, but I would be the best man in one.
Started pushing this Chrislam thing where they're trying to get all the religions to, you know, unite together. And I think it's things like this that they try and use to get that one world religion in, because they're saying if we don't have inequality, we'll have peace, you know. So yeah, it's all agenda based for sure. Don Logan says I should debate Hamza Den. What should I debate Hamza Den on? Hey Sven P, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. So I'm going to start off where we ended last time. It was around about here. If you guys missed it, I do have the link in the description below. And
There actually are. I've been to some fun weddings. I've been to a few fun weddings. I've also been to some really boring ones. Also, sorry, Ella was kind of being loud, and I figured it was best to just hold her for a bit.
you can go to the timestamp and watch it. But it's good to see you guys. I feel much better than last night, so we can definitely don't need to just do an hour. I had some good sleep,
Exactly, Exile Enthroned.
but I feel good.
Good.
So,
Yeah, this is Ella.
question: do you
Say
think
hi.
you'll get the origins of the Bible correct?
No.
No.
They think a guy who has entire degrees and studies the Bible for a living is gonna be wrong.
Do I even have to ask?
What I've seen so far, no.
That's why I already answered the poll because I was quite sure. No.
Some good sleep, but I feel good.
Cool.
So, question: do you think you'll get the origins of the Bible correct?
I actually don't think I talked about the origins of the Bible in this video at all. Did he watch it?
No.
No.
Do I even have to ask?
What I've seen so far, no.
Dude, I would take all three of these guys at once. Not in the gay marriage way, but I in a debate way.
That's why I already answered the poll because I was quite sure.
Same here.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
Now, I think it's also important to give you a timeline on when these people lived and what was going on in the world at the time. Plato lived from 427 BC, thereabouts, to around 347 BC, and Aristotle from 384 BC to 322 BC. And
Oh, this is wild. Am what's making this so fast? Is it me talking or do they have me sped up?
this is the end of the classical era of Greek history. This is the era most people think of when they think
Okay.
ancient Greece, the democracy of Athens, the Battle of Thermopylae, the Peloponnesian and Persian wars, the ancient Greek philosophers. That is the classical period. Socrates on down
Oh,
to
are there
Aristotle.
ads?
All of the stuff
If-
that you remember about ancient
If there are ads, I may have accidentally put ads. I may have set up the stream wrong.
Greece from high school probably took place
Let me
during
see.
that period.
Let me see if I can
And
fix it.
still, I got no idea what's it got to do with flat Earth, though.
It's still nothing.
He still doesn't know what that's got to do with flat earthers, like my dude. Did you watch the rest of the video? All right, I turned off ads midstream. They should not be there anymore. Let me know if they are. But I think it looked like they were set up to run every 30 minutes. I turned them off. They'll be on the replay, but they should be off for this.
Because, I mean, it's supposed to be with flat Earth.
About ancient Greece from high school probably took place during that period.
And still,
like, how do you not know what this has to do with flat Earth yet?
I got no idea what's that got to do with flat Earth though.
It's still nothing.
Because I mean, he's
What do Plato and Aristotle have to do with flat Earth? Nothing. Okay. All right, guys. They're only the first two people who we know believed that the Earth was round. Like,
supposed to be doing about the Bible says if the Earth is flat. Okay, that's what he says. So the history of the flat Earth, and does the Bible say the Earth is flat? And I don't see him referencing anything to the Bible. He hasn't.
they are 16 minutes into an hour and 7-minute long video.
But he's been trying to explain globe history based on Greek philosophers. So that's weird.
I'm
The
curious,
major
you ever actually get
change,
to the
what
part where I cover
ended the
Bible?
classical era, was not just the progressive works of the great philosophers changing the way that Greek culture worked, but also the actual.
Give me one
Besides
second.
what norm is.
Here we go. This is the biblical arguments section. Let's get this one down.
Being deliberate.
He's
They're gonna take the joke literally, aren't they?
Firmly believed that the Bible was explicitly in support of a
Now it's
flat
round
Earth.
off?
Her mission statement being propagation of
Mhm.
knowledge related to natural cosmogony and confirmation of the Holy Scriptures based upon practical scientific investigation. Now, as you all may know, I'm something of an amateur biblical scholar myself.
Ooh, the
Mm.
weird Bible.
I beg to differ, my friend.
Ooh,
Okay, Ryan. Let's see where your degree is from.
the weird Bible. Okay, let's see. The Pennsylvania State the certificate
I read the Bible. I'm smarter
that
than you.
Aidan Piombino Mattis has successfully completed the requirements for the minor in religious studies.
Keep in mind, there's also a minor in classics, a minor in English, a minor in history, and a major in medieval studies.
Okay, you're supposed to be proud of that. Okay.
I also said I'm something of an amateur biblical scholar myself. These guys are off to a roaring start.
So he went to
An area of study within the bachelorette degree program of the university, awarded May 2020.
Yeah. So he went to an alpha course.
Yeah. So he went into the Bible course, and
No, I went and took 6 courses, 2 of which were at the 400 level, in addition to an entire degree in medieval history. Possibly the most Christian, not possibly, the most Christian era in history.
now he's
Piombino Mattis.
he's
He's a minister.
how can I put-
He's
Yeah,
ordained
he's-
deliberate.
All right, I actually don't feel bad about being rude anymore. I feel bad about being rude before I knew they were going to be rude, but now I don't feel bad about being rude.
he's now a authority on this matter
Of course, yeah.
because he
Where's his published works?
got a requirement for the minor in religious studies.
Yeah, he's a theologian of the Bible.
Okay,
Of the weird Bible.
Keep in mind, not a single one of these men even has a minor. So they're sitting here making fun of me for calling myself an amateur biblical scholar and jokingly posting a picture of my minor as well as my actual biblical project, when not a single one of them even has that credential.
Well, I've done many Bible courses myself. Does that make me a theologian now?
It does.
Doesn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You should start
Should
presiding
I,
over.
post should I show all my 20 certificates of all my different Bible studies?
Hang on. Oh, his 20 different certificates of all of his different Bible studies? Sure, bud. Where is it? Where is it? I don't know where I actually have a folder of diplomas.
All my Bible courses I've done. Show it on the screen and say, ooh, I'm an authority on this matter now. Come on.
Really? Yeah, that's good, man. You can start a cult. Oh, you already did, didn't you? Cool.
I started the cult. I started the cult.
Oh, wow.
So I thought this would probably be the best place to start with my analysis of their arguments.
Debunking, I like that. I'm glad we're getting here. Biblical arguments, cool.
For me, part of the reason I decided to take on Flat Earth was as a defense of my Christian faith,
Armature.
and to show the world that no matter what Flat Earthers say, the Bible is not a Flat Earth book.
I agree,
Right.
it's not a flat Earth book. But it does describe the flat Earth.
It doesn't.
Exactly.
It can be interpreted to describe a flat Earth, but not solely.
Everybody, I think, would
Could you
agree.
just
the
say you're
Bible
not
is
really a
not flat
Christian without saying you're not a Christian?
Huh?
Yeah.
Earth. I think, well, he's a Mason, so he can't really be a Christian. It's a contradiction in terms.
Nope, not at all. That's something that you can only say if you know jack shit about Freemasonry.
So
Most Freemasons are Christians, and all of the original Freemasons were Christians. Every single one of them.
Unless he hasn't got far enough to realize it's a contradiction, and he might still get there. If that's the case, I'm praying for you, man. I pray you open your eyes. You cannot be a Mason and a Christian at the same time.
So this guy who doesn't have any degree in Christian studies and also doesn't know anything about Freemasonry is insisting you can't be both. Interesting.
The beliefs totally contradict one another.
How? How? Maybe you could say that the Scottish Rite, but not the York.
For those who may not know my background, I am a historian of the medieval era by training, and as a result, I've read a lot of the philosophic and religious texts of late antiquity and the Middle Ages.
Ooh, maybe you should have let the video play a bit, bud, before you made fun of the degree. Because the second one kind of made you look dumb.
And one thing that is completely absent from almost all of them is any serious consideration or argument that the Earth is flat. While there were a few Christian writers who claimed the Earth was flat, or that we just don't know the shape of the Earth, the greatest minds of the Church totally rejected a flat Earth. Perhaps the most famous and relevant example would be Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah, just because I reject the flat Earth doesn't make it not a flat Earth. You do know that.
Oh, wait a second. Suddenly we've gone from this guy's not a real Christian, this guy's an amateur, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, to, oh, well, hold on. Now Aquinas didn't know what he was talking about.
While there were a few Christian writers who claimed the Earth was flat, or that we just don't know the shape of the Earth, the greatest minds of the Church totally rejected a flat Earth. Perhaps the most famous and relevant example would be Thomas Aquinas.
Ready?
Yeah, just because I reject the flat Earth doesn't make it not a flat Earth. You do know that.
He just totally dismisses the fact that I cited Thomas Aquinas. Aquinas. You're gonna sit here and talk about the Bible and Christianity supporting a flat Earth and then dismiss Thomas Aquinas.
It's called rejection. Yeah. It's called, how do I put this, put it nicely? Yeah. That's it.
Wait.
Yeah. It's called, how do I put this, put it nicely? Yeah.
So, I think we can see who's the more academically inclined individual in this discussion.
That's it. Because the Bible is very clear on the historical narrative of how the world was created.
That is possibly the least accurate thing anyone has ever said about the Bible. The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and chapter 2, are two of the most heatedly debated parts of the Bible. There are we're talking about, like, Genesis, Isaiah, Daniel, Ezekiel, and Revelation, and Job. Those 6. The hell? I just heard my TV. But I did not turn my TV on. Excuse me a moment. Usually, I don't keep the strap nearby, but just in case. One moment. Whoop. Ah! My pants got caught. They got stuck. I could have gone for the Masonic sword, actually, now that I think about it. That probably would have been a better idea. Anyway, we're just gonna pop that bad boy right back there and get back into it. All right.
So because Thomas Aquinas says, no, it's not a flat earth, so therefore it has to be a globe, doesn't make it a globe.
This guy probably doesn't know who Thomas Aquinas is.
Thomas Aquinas is not an authority figure when it comes to the Bible. Make it a globe. Thomas Aquinas is not an authority figure when it comes to the Bible. Make it a globe. Thomas Aquinas is not an authority figure when it comes to the Bible. Doesn't make it a globe. Thomas Aquinas is not an authority figure when it comes to the Bible.
Boy! Someone, please, I'm begging you, someone go clip that. Someone please go clip that. Can somebody make like a dubstep mix where that's the bass drop? Oh my god! Thomas Aquinas is not an authority on the Bible. Holy shit! Ah! Oh man. Oh man. That is wild. Don't mind me. I'm still a little concerned about the random music, so this isn't for ghosts. This is for any flat earthers who decided they were going to try and look up my address. Because it would not be the first time somebody's threatened my life over a YouTube video that I made. Anyway, can't show that. There we go. Keep you nice and open. All right. Well, now that that's out of the way. Wait, why is my friend Lauren texting me? I only ever hear from her when she's in trouble. Anyway, just...
The globe. Thomas Aquinas is not an authority figure when it comes to the Bible.
Actually, Kellen, the reason I had to go for the rifle is because the handgun's in the car, but the reason the handgun's in the car is I'm getting ready to trade it in for a 9mm.
Who, in his commentary on Aristotle's physics, wrote, "The fact that the Earth is spherical is demonstrated by natural science by a natural method. It could furthermore..."
Natural science by a natural method. Yeah.
It's flat earthers, man. You hand them Aquinas, and they say Aquinas isn't an authority on the Bible, and then laugh at the concept of natural science.
Yeah, whatever. Show us what's the cause for the effect that's not observed in the so-called experiment, please. It's not science to begin with, so it's a category error.
Be demonstrated in astronomy from the figure of the lunar eclipse, or from the fact that the same stars are not seen from every part of the Earth. And the agreement between...
Yeah, and that can be explained usually literally just by your field of vision.
...part of the Earth. From the figure of the lunar eclipse, or from the fact that the same stars are not seen from every part of the Earth. And the agreement between...
Yeah, and that can be explained usually literally just by your field of vision.
No, the visibility of stars in different parts of the northern and southern hemisphere. No. There are stars that, no matter what your field of vision, you could take a panoramic view of the entire sky and you would not see the Southern Cross from the Northern Hemisphere. Nobody in the UK can see the Southern Cross. Nobody. Like, whoo boy.
I mean, you see, why?
Sola Scriptura is an overreaction to a Catholic over-reliance on tradition over Scripture. I'll agree with that.
Why don't these guys understand things progress with time? Arguments
Sorry, Party Like 1776.
progress.
Sorry,
Understanding
thank you, Ryan and Trash Panda, of course.
thing progress with time. Okay?
What?
With time. Arguments. You see, why don't these guys understand things progress with time? Arguments progress. Understandings of things progress with time. Okay?
Okay, but a key flat Earth argument is that people believed the Earth was flat up until like 1533.
So just because Aquinas didn't understand how field of view works doesn't mean that he was right.
Right.
It just means the guy was ignorant to understand the subject.
You know what? No, I should have invited this guy on. This would have been wonderful content.
So based on his knowledge he had of the day, he thought, okay, it had to be a globe. That doesn't make it a globe. It just made it his opinion based on ignorance.
They do realize they're describing themselves, right? Just because people used to say it was flat doesn't mean it's flat.
Based on what he knew. We can demonstrate this day in and day out. It's literally just.
Oh, they're
based on-
definitely not heliocentric. Here's the thing. Flat Earth, every single flat earther is a geocentric person. They are all geocentric. Because if they were heliocentric, they couldn't be flat earthers.
how far you can see. It's got nothing to do with the shape of the Earth. And by the way, we can even show a model that was created on a flat Earth map showing that it will do as said. Shout out to Saint Pierre.
Where is
Saint
it?
Pierre, he made a model on this. Do you guys know that?
Where's the model?
Actually quite good. I actually tested it out on my location with a day the other night just to make sure how accurate it is. And it was actually
I want to know if this guy does he think he's seen Polaris? He should be able to see Polaris. Where's Polaris?
good. The stars that said it would be was there. Where the moon's location would be, it was there.
You can predict where the moon and stars will be on a globe model way more accurately than on a flat Earth model.
Let's see. Maybe I can get the link for you guys.
Cool.
Yeah, I know he wants to, but I'm already bringing a guy who's not, as far as I can tell, this utterly uneducated on every associated topic. I mean, this guy literally, he made fun of me for having, again, more academic credentials than he does. And then proceeded to call Thomas Aquinas, Saint Thomas Aquinas, the author of Summa Theologica, one of the greatest works of Christian theology ever written. Something that is actually brutally difficult to read. He called that guy not an authority. Under this guy's, according to him, I wonder who is an authority. You know, I'm gonna ask. Wait, I don't need chat. I hate the new YouTube format. St. Thomas Aquinas isn't an authority on the Bible? Who is then? I'm genuinely, also, to call me an old school style skeptic is ridiculous if you've actually seen my content. Anyway, like, if not Aquinas, then who? Exactly, Magdalenus Rex, like, oh boy.
Did you get
But also, what this proves to me is he hasn't read Aquinas. In fact, he probably hasn't actually read any of the church fathers. He's probably read little excerpts taken out of context, possibly even misattributed. This is a guy who's probably going to sit there and tell me that, God, what was his name? I think, Claudius Indocpleustes, I think it was, he's probably going to tell me he's a church father. Meanwhile, he was basically a Christian writer, but he was not a church father. Like, Who boy?
You guys hear anything about Klaus Schwab dying?
No.
I'm seeing a couple of things here
Where
on
did
Twitter
that
about
come from? I mean, if he
Klaus
did,
Schwab dying.
ding ding, the witch is dead. Like, kill that dude.
There's a picture
Not
of some
kill him,
flames, and the devil says reports Klaus Schwab
Some people are going straight to hell, and he's one of them.
received his final booster shot.
Wow.
I don't know. Anyway.
Okay, there's the link for
Marcy.
his FE model, guys. It's on screen now, which is really cool. Actually,
Nice.
quite good. You can do the equations, you can do the day night, you can do eclipses, stars.
Why can't you see Polaris?
Actually,
Oh,
very
yeah, it's
cool.
cool.
Okay, then you stick what day of the year it is, whatever. You put what time, and you can put the camera height and everything.
How much you want to bet that this thing actually runs on a globe model?
And it tells you based on your dome of vision what would be seen and what won't be seen.
I have that.
Oh yeah, you can play about. You can spin the model about it as well. You can put it in any orientation, like above bird's eye view, and that. I've just playing about with
Yeah.
it. Very cool.
This guy would probably tell you that Matthew wasn't an authority on the life of Jesus of Nazareth.
And you can set it to your latitude, longitude. You can do everything. It's really well done.
Nice, right? That's going to stick under my bookmark.
Well done.
Nice, right? That's going to stick under my bookmark.
Huh? Do we have any Scottish people in the chat who understood what he just said?
You can do everything. It's really well done.
Nice, right? That's going to stick under my bookmark.
Huh?
So yeah, guys, go and play around with it, because what I've been testing so far on it, because I'm very skeptic when I see these type of things, but I've been testing it so far, and it's been quite accurate for what I've been testing. So,
yeah, I've lost where I
very
have no
good.
idea.
Okay, let's carry on.
Between Aquinas and Aristotle is not a retcon. It is not a response to changing scientific beliefs, because Augustine of Hippo said similar things. In Augustine's 5th century literal commentary on Genesis,
All right, guys, let's place bets. Am I misinterpreting Augustine? Is Augustine not an authority on the Bible? Which actually would not be a totally inaccurate thing to say. I'm trying to think. I believe Augustine was 4th century. It's been a while since I actually looked at his life, but I have read his works. Yeah, so Augustine of Hippo would actually not be an authority on the Bible as we know it. He would be an authority on early Christianity, but the Bible as we know it didn't exist until very late, not very late, but towards the middle of his life. He probably would be considered an authority on the early Bible, but definitely not like somebody who had access to numerous commentaries like Aquinas did. But yeah, so what is it? Is Aquinas, is Augustine of Hippo, am I interpreting him wrong, or is he not an authority?
he refers to the Earth of Hippo, said similar things. In Augustine's
The laughing as I say Augustine of Hippo. Holy shit.
5th century literal commentary on Genesis, he refers to the Earth as a globe several times. He does this at least
And yet, no manuscripts write the Earth as a globe. I wonder why that is.
Except the ones that are written by Augustine. What?
commentary on Genesis, because
Right, you know.
Augustine of Hippo said similar things.
So let's just, I want to be very clear here right now. He just said there are no manuscripts in which somebody said there was a globe.
In Augustine's 5th century literal commentary on Genesis,
That's the manuscript. That's the work. Sure, we probably don't have the copy he himself wrote by hand, but we have numerous copies of it.
he refers to the Earth as a globe several times. He does this at least
And yet, no manuscripts write
I love that Trillion egocentric model. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, Young Earth, I don't like Young Earth. I don't hate the Earth was created old concept. But I don't remotely agree that the Earth is only 6,000 years old. That's just, I don't buy that. I don't totally hate Earth was created old, but I don't buy Earth is 6,000 years old, and I don't agree that the Bible says that.
the Earth as a globe. I wonder why.
All the Earth says is that, all the Bible does is basically you can trace the genealogy of Adam back about 6,000 years, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the creation of the Earth. These are two different things.
That is.
Augustine of Hippo. That sounds like a real place.
Write the Earth as a globe. I wonder why that is.
Augustine of Hippo. That sounds like a real place.
Is this guy denying that Augustine of Hippo is a person? Did he? What? All right, you know what? I did not have denying the existence of Augustine of Hippo on my list.
You'll be surprised the weird place.
Did you call it? Did you guys say he's going to deny that Augustine of Hippo existed? Oh my god, totally not JMO and Merger. You had it. You guys had it. I am impressed. I am actually impressed. Good job.
This is that they came from. But yeah, there's no historical manuscript in history that ever describes the Earth as a globe.
Except for, you know, Augustine of Hippo's literal commentary on Genesis and numerous others.
Ever.
I just cited it, dude. I just told you which manuscript.
At least twice directly in Book 1, Chapter 25, and again in Book 10, Chapter 8.
He probably should have waited for me to finish before telling me that the book didn't exist.
Taken together with the many other works of late antiquity and the Middle Ages, one can reasonably conclude that early Christians, who were surrounded on all sides by Greek philosophy, logic, and all of their other traditions and paradigms, believed the Earth to be a sphere.
Yeah, do you know when it was in the medieval times, the Christian church, the Catholic Church was actually in, in charge of everything. And the Catholic Church, aka Jesuits, pushed the heliocentric globe model.
Nope. In fact, the Catholic Church didn't even stop banning the heliocentric model until the mid-1700s. And even then, it didn't totally lift the ban on publishing and observing heliocentric works until I want to say 1820. Copernicus said the Earth was round and that the sun was at the center of the universe, actually, in 1543, and he had written about it as early as 1510. Copernicus wrote for the first time that the Earth revolved around the sun around 1510. He published his heliocentric theory in 1543. Galileo and Kepler started to support that in 1590 and 1610. And then in 1633, Galileo was tried for heresy for saying the sun was at the center of the universe. Or at the center of the solar. I don't know if I can't remember if Galileo was a sun is the center of the universe or center of a solar system thing. But anyway, point being, no! Just
Christian church.
Earth to be a sphere.
Just to go over this one more time, to go through precisely how wrong he is. Yes, this is actually explained in the video. They're watching me explain it and then ignoring me.
Yeah, do you know when it was in the medieval times, the Christian church...
I just really quickly. Where was it?
Predict one another.
And one thing that is the completely absent from almost all of them is any serious concern as
the hell?
And a Christian at the same time. The beliefs totally contradict one another.
For those who may not know my background, I am a historian of the medieval era by training.
Okay, so keep in mind, I just showed my whole ass degree in medieval studies. Only for this dude. Hang on, we're getting there. I'm gonna find it.
One chapter
in the medieval times, the Christian church, the Catholic Church was actually in, in charge of everything. And the Catholic Church, aka Jesuits, pushed the heliocentric globe model. You incompetent Rooney.
So again, the Catholic Church did not stop banning books on heliocentrism until 1820. To say that the Catholic Church pushed the heliocentric model is one of the most utterly asinine things I've ever heard. Back in the early 2000s, we had a word for that, and it started with an R.
Hey, Alan
How's it
Norshan, what's up, man? Good to see you.
You've been playing about with that model thing. It's really cool, man.
That's quite cool, eh?
Yeah, it is. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, you can see it's quite accurate.
Hang
That's what I'm
on.
saying. So he really did an awesome job there.
Yeah, I've got a bookmark. I've got it set up as a short, and it's a shortcut as well. So just click it and it's there.
And so the question I had in approaching this segment is why, in the face of all of the evidence, do flat earthers still cite the Bible?
Well, because the Bible literally says non-rotating, stationary.
I gotta pause it for a second so I can finish my comment. Catholic Church push heliocentrism? When? It wasn't during the medieval period. The funny part is that Copernicus is only very technically late medieval. Like, they didn't lift the ban on heliocentric publications until 1820. And you're calling me incompetent? My favorite part of this is that this guy watched me cite things and then turned around and just said I was wrong. Didn't cite anything. Here's the funny part. Lactantius actually argued the earth is flat. So did Claudius Indicoploistes. Neither of them were right, nor were their ideas taken seriously, but you could have at least cited them. Why do I know more about your beliefs than you do?
Encompassed with a firmament, separating the waters from above from below. You're not moving on pillars.
So this is really funny because we're about to go through all of this.
Yeah. How does he get that?
Four
The sun
corners,
coming
God
on the
will
fifth
return and
day.
open the sky like a scroll.
Yeah, I thought he did a course in the Bible. You should know this.
Okay, you know what? All right, gloves off. Gloves are off. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to give him credit because he had the integrity to come in and say something on the stream. Gloves are off. Listen, Fladzoid perspective, you're a fucking idiot. You are probably one of the dumbest, most narcissistic, arrogant jackasses I've ever had the displeasure of having to view. Your content makes Mind Unveiled looks revelatory. Oh my god! Oh, I hope you don't reproduce. Because if you did, it would be a tragedy for the entire human race. If your genes were to continue into the eternal seed of humanity, it would be a net negative not just for us, but probably for any other races of existence that might be out there in the stars, including God's angels. You are possibly the worst thing to ever happen to modern discourse, and honestly, if I wasn't drinking, I think I'd shoot myself. He said he was gonna watch it.
Alan, to be fair, I haven't had load shedding in like 2.5 weeks now. So
I know. I haven't even had to talk about it. It's really
I
good.
haven't what?
had load shedding in like 2.5 weeks now. So
I know.
I can't even tell what he's saying.
I haven't even had to talk about it. It's really good.
it's really good. But you see why it's this way, guys? Because elections are upon us.
Oh, okay. Now it's because of the election. I'm making my anti-flat Earth video because of the election. Let me put it this way. I don't exactly want Joe Biden to have another 4 years as president. Not psyched about the idea of it being Trump either. But I'm not being paid to debunk you by anybody except the viewers. The only people giving me money to debunk your video, Flatzoid perspective, are the people watching me because they get ads, and those ads fund our channel. Nobody's paying me. Well, except the sponsors. They pay us directly, but that's to market, like, Fume and Z-Biotics.
Right.
And it's weird. You're always going to issue until there's elections.
Yeah, that's why I debunked Tartaria last year.
Then all of a sudden, all the power issues are fine. Everything's good. The government's
We no
able to
longer
give
need to fix anything. We just need to live with it.
yeah. The government's fixing roads, giving everybody shirts and some food. But before that, they got no money for anything. They can't do anything. Everything's always falling apart.
What's he talking about? South Africa? I'm American.
But as soon as time to vote, no, let's help you guys. You know,
Giving everybody phones. They had that too. The Obama phones. They could give everybody a phone.
Oh, yeah, you know, they gave them Obama phones so that they'd vote Democrat. Like, yeah, I realize I probably made a little oopsie on that one, hysterical chaos, but I don't know, maybe they are. Yeah, exactly, me, famously pro-government. Like, these guys didn't even do an ounce of research on the guy they were trying to argue with. I don't have the thing I was carrying behind me, I don't have that in case a deer breaks in. I don't have that in case, you know, like, in case some redneck militia comes down.
And you get so many hours a month on it.
Listen, the only place that I am pro-government is when I am blasting the shit out of bugs or spilling oil for Super Earth.
Wow.
Like, I remember when they did that, and I was like, wait a second. All this stuff that's going on, you don't have money for anything, but you can give everybody a cell phone. You don't have money for
You
everything.
got a deal from the company.
Switch to a digital signal. Now you can give everybody a converter box.
Huh? Archie and Ella have been at war all day. They are battling. It's all in fun, but oh my gosh, they have been fighting one another. Here's your money from the federal government. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Kellen.
So that, because you care so much, you know, they don't care if you're living in a refrigerator box.
You
Care
know,
so much.
You know, as long as your teeth are healthy from fluoride and your viewing of your television is 4K, then
That's
everything's good.
I avoid fluoride toothpaste like the plague, and I don't get fluoride put on my teeth when I'm at the dentist.
of course.
All you need. What else do you need? Nothing.
Have you guys been noticing how much more people are walking around with that Apple Vision Pro glued to their faces?
The
Yeah, I should make a shirt that says I'm only pro-government on Malevelon Creek.
walking the streets with it now. I'm walking
I've
the
yet
streets
to
with
see
it.
anybody wearing it.
It's
I've seen
becoming
videos
like
of
a
people.
norm. It's becoming
Globe
like a norm
Earth
thing
works for the
now.
bourgeoisie.
They're not
Yeah.
gonna know how to. They're not going to know how to interact with real people soon. One of
No.
these days.
I'm saying,
Yeah, the rest of us won't know how to interact with real people. Sure.
I'm walking about with them on. It's all augmented reality. You can be who you want to be.
But can
Know what I
someone
mean?
tell me what is norm? What is that?
What is?
Sorry?
What's normal? What is
Oh,
normal?
normal.
What is
Yeah,
normal?
no, there's no definition.
Who
Well, there's a
decides?
normal,
Yeah,
but
who decides
yeah.
what norm is?
yeah,
You
of
know,
course.
like
Normal
I do,
stuff.
right? I decide what normal is based on
What are they talking about?
my witness or my perspective, right?
Mm.
That's what we all do. Sometimes they clash, sometimes they, coalesce. But
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Alex Jones would laugh at these people.
Early example of this argument can be found in Professor Orlando Ferguson's map of the square, yes, square, and stationary Earth, published in 1893. Now, this map was an ad for a book he was selling for 25 cents, which he said would give you essentially all the secrets of the universe, and it said that there are 400 Bible verses which support.
Look at them. They don't even know. They're completely unaware of their own movement's history. I know more than Flat Earth. I know more about Flat Earth than Flat Earthers. And that has been proven in this video.
Or the
All
flat
the
Earth
secrets
and
are just
reject
what?
the globe
Come on.
theory. Located at the bottom of that map are a set of Bible verses.
Well, based on this, he took a very literal interpretation of some of the verses. Correct?
Yeah.
Pressed and sealed like with upturned edges. That's what he's doing there. And the four corners of the earth, and the four angels hold the winds of the earth. So that's how he interpreted it. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean that's how the Bible is describing it, though.
That's... What? They're making the same argument I did.
That's his interpretation of how the Bible's describing it.
Yeah.
it's all about interpretation.
Mm-hmm. Roger Ledwell, thank you very much for your super
Cry.
chat, man. $5 said, it's all politics and total control and not the truth. I 100% concur.
That statement doesn't say anything. I might as well, you could go into their chat and say, I bet you, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this next time they're live? Because I sure can't. Go into their chat and say, just send a super chat. I will Venmo you the money. Send a super chat that says, nothing is true, all is permitted. Watch them fawn over it like you have uncovered some great, mysterious, philosophical quote, when in reality it's from Assassin's Creed.
Exactly. Thank you very much for your super chat, man. But that's how it is.
I can't argue with
It's,
that.
it's the political game. Thank you very much again.
I think I would have to drink an entire bottle of tequila to have my IQ drop to match these guys. Cumulatively. Like, in order for me to be as stupid as all four of these people, like, you could add their collective IQs and it would still be lower than mine.
Roger, you are really a blessing to this channel, man.
And I'm not even saying that to be arrogant. I just think it's true.
You want to argue with that?
I'm not going to argue with it. I said I can't argue with it.
Interesting. Not a single one of them can argue with it.
A series of examples of what he would be covering in his book. Each verse is implied to show that the Bible presents a flat earth cosmology, but upon closer inspection, one will realize that all of them are being wildly misrepresented. He first cites Exodus 17:12, specifically the clause reading, and
look at their faces. You can see the gears turning as they try to figure out how I'm wrong.
Moses' hands were steady
Notice
until
he
the
doesn't
sun
throw
went
hands.
down. He seems to be implying that because it is the sun that appears to move, then the sun must be rotating around or over top of the earth, even though the sun going down can be fully explained using a heliocentric model. And I want to point out that a lot of the
Okay. Just because you can explain it using a heliocentric model doesn't make it a heliocentric model.
Just because you can explain it using a flat earth model doesn't make it a flat earth model. Flatzoids, if you actually did bother to come and rewatch and you're still watching, which props to you, honestly, if you are, because this has to be horrifically embarrassing for you at this point. Your arguments are bad. Yeah, great argument. Thanks, Homer Simpson.
I like how he's arguing like a 7-year-old would. But
What 7-year-old cites Aquinas?
but it looks like that to me, Dad. But it looked like it. I swear it did.
That's literally what they're doing.
But I mean, he's saying he's misrepresenting it because he's claiming the sun is going down.
You might want to wait before commenting, bud.
So therefore, the sun's not actually going down. It can be explained with heliocentric. Actually, then we could say the same thing. He's misrepresenting it because he's saying based on the heliocentric model, it can be explained.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I mean, when God stopped the sun from moving, he didn't stop the earth
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
from moving. When God created the sun on the 4th day, it was the 4th day already.
I wouldn't do that either. Because God created light before he created the sun.
We already had days before that, so.
Those days are agreed upon by Bible scholars to not be 24-hour days, but rather various epochs of time of unknown length.
Yeah. Oh, this guy's really retarded.
Oh, okay. All right. Now the gloves are really off.
He separated the light from the darkness on the first day.
He's got a certificate, remember, in the minor.
Which is more than you have. Considerably more than you have. Especially considering the classics minor, the history minor, and the medieval studies major, and the 2 semesters of grad school before I decided I could make more money doing this on my own, and I'd have more time to, you know, study the 5 Bibles and commentaries on my shelf.
So
Yeah, I bet he does.
You know what? No, I'm going to invite him on. I'll invite him on to this one.
argument here from the Bible is interpreting the Bible in one direction and pretending it can't be interpreted the other way. Sure, you could interpret Exodus 17:12 as saying it was the sun that was moving, but you can also interpret Exodus 17:12 as saying that night was coming and the earth was rotating away from the sun.
See, I said exactly what they tried to sound smart by saying, but I said it a lot more concisely.
Because the sun's position
Oh, far away. They're the same.
They actually aren't smart enough to comprehend what I'm saying. That's the funny part.
What?
And don't you tell me they aren't.
Yeah, I'm taking off glove after glove here.
Don't you ever
Now, if you'll notice, they haven't actually provided an argument against a single thing I've said.
say I did? Does he realize? Do they realize how dumb they really sound? Do they? I mean, come on. Am I the only one in this room that's
Dunning-Kruger is a bitch, ain't it? Here, let me put it this way. if I was the one who sounded stupid, I wouldn't have over 100 times your subscriber base.
Hearing this the same way. Are you guys hearing this the same way I am?
Yeah,
I don't think any of you are actually hearing it.
unfortunately, we are.
Yup.
I think any of you guys who have graduated high school have more more qualifications, more credentials than these two. No. Do not insult Ashton Forbes like that. Do not insult Ashton Forbes by bringing him to this level. At least Ashton is capable of admitting that he's wrong for a few days, even if he reverts. Oh boy. Yeah, even the Jehovah's Witnesses think each day was a longer period of time. Exactly.
It's like how do you explain? What is there a good word for it?
Come on,
I can't even think of a word. I don't even know how to describe how.
That's because you only know like 400 words. It's okay. There's a lot of words.
It's ignorant. That's the only word I can use is ignorant.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. You think that?
Mm-hmm.
With the straw
Desperate.
pot.
I think we should change it to desperate.
I'm the desperate one. The one who has had a citation for literally everything I've said.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like it fits right in there too. Yeah, definitely.
Because he's
All right, you know what? Good point, Exile Enthroned. Any of you who are even in high school and not totally failing your history and philosophy, social studies sphere, you're more qualified.
definitely trying to put in heliocentric belief where there is none.
Oh boy. Come on.
He doesn't really have a choice, does he? He didn't have an argument.
This entire thing is the argument. You keep pausing it.
Mm-hmm.
Sky is not the important aspect of the verse, using this as if it
I don't care if they try to twist it. I really don't. This is possibly the lowest IQ group of people I've ever observed interact in my entire life.
somehow directly correlated or
The Yuba County Five would smoke these guys in a debate.
the correct cosmology is ridiculous. The next verse used is Joshua 10:13, specifically, so the sun stood still and the moon stopped, which suffers from
I think that's very clear. So the sun stood still and the moon stopped.
the same issue as the previous
Doesn't
example.
sound hard
Nothing
to
about the sun
understand. Doesn't sound hard.
They don't
So
even
we-
let me finish the sentence before they start laughing.
Again, the sun stood still and the moon stopped. Not the earth stopped moving.
That would, like, you noticed that, I
They actually didn't even let me finish talking yet.
think, kind of like when you slam the brakes on in the car, everything kind of keeps moving inside the car. Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to conservation of momentum?
Also,
Just out of the back.
these guys are talking so slowly. I had it at 1.25 times speed, and they sounded like they were talking normally.
Oh man. But you see, what's his argument? No, it's just how you interpret it. No, it's very straightforward. Joshua asked God, please stop the sun so we can finish this battle, so we can
So just real quick here. Consider where Joshua was fighting this battle. There is absolutely no reason why he would want the sun to literally not go down for hours. There is none. Think about it. Think about how hot it was. Okay? We're talking about the deserts of Israel. Not sure in Israel, the deserts of the Middle East. I can't remember exactly where the battle was fought. We're talking about the deserts of the Middle East. Why would Joshua want the sun to stand still overhead? Why? Think about what a literal interpretation of this verse implies.
defeat the Amorites. I think it was the Amorites who was fighting, correct?
It was the Amorites.
And then God stopped the sun from moving, so he lengthened the day. Not God stopped the earth from moving. Whether he's coming in saying, "Oh no, but we can just say, oh, God stopped the earth from moving, therefore it looked like the day." No, that's your own interpretation, totally going against script. That's
No, but the thing is, the Bible's not a literal book 24/7, 365 days a year. There's a lot of parts where the Bible is not literal.
called heresy. That's literally you making your own shit up.
Yep.
Right. The guy with the actual degrees who cited Aquinas and Augustine and all of that, he's the one making things up, right?
stopping overhead in this verse implies that the Earth is flat or stationary. The language is describing an
Yes,
event.
it does say that the Earth is flat and stationary
Nope.
because it implies the sun was the thing moving, not the Earth moving.
No, it implies that from the perspective of the biblical author, the sun was what stopped moving.
As seen from the Earth. So the sun
Look how angry he looks.
only appears to
That's the I'm too stupid to understand what's being said and I know it look.
stop is a perfectly reasonable alternate explanation or
You know what, Evil Ammonite? I probably should have just gone with that. It was a cloudy day and it stayed bright.
interpretation of the verse. These biblical arguments only work if the interpretation given by the flat earthers is the only one which could reasonably make sense. And
I also didn't consider the possibility of like a mirage. Also, it doesn't say that the sun that the sun stopped. It specifically says the sun did not hasten to go down.
in these two verses, it's not.
Oh, so let's build a foundation on why those two verses make sense. What happened on the fourth day in creation?
Nope, you're trying to interpret Genesis literally. That's not something you do.
The fourth day, not the first day.
Shit.
The fourth day, Mr. Whatever this guy's name is.
Didn't even do enough research to learn my name, and he thinks he actually read my name off of my degree earlier in this stream. Dude, you are so dumb. You are so stupid. You could not possibly get any dumber without requiring 24/7 care.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder if this guy would ever come for a chat.
He won't.
Well,
I'm bringing people on who are considerably better read and more influential than you. But you know what? You know what? How about this? All right, bud. Oh, come on. Your platform. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll go on his. I will go on his show, and I will bitch slap this dude with knowledge.
I doubt it, but it's worth a try.
Then Joshua spoke to the Lord on the day when the Lord delivered the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said to the sight of Israel, sun stand still upon Gibeon. Joshua 10 verse 12. There we go. Did he say earth stand still?
Nope.
I think
He
that's
did
quite
not.
straightforward.
Pretty sure God's smart enough to know what's supposed to be going on.
Sun, stand still.
If he said Earth stand still, the Earth would have said, I am.
Right.
I think God would have corrected him and said, "No, sorry, Joshua, it's actually the earth moving, not the sun." Or when God was
Oh, boy.
literally directly talking to Moses, when he told Moses to write the cosmology down, how he created the earth.
How he created the earth. How he created the earth. Now, here's the thing. If you go and you actually study the Bible in a formal academic context, like at a 400 level in a U.S. high-ranked university, like I did, nobody teaches that you should take Genesis to be a literal 7 24-hour-day procession of events. Nobody. At all.
I think he would have told him straight, "Sorry, Moses, you're lying to your people. Actually, it's not how you describe it. It's actually a globe." So in other words, all these people fighting for this heliocentric God is calling God a liar, or Moses a liar, or anybody in the Bible that literally explains it as the sun moving and not the earth is a liar.
I see what the problem is. These guys don't understand what a metaphor is. This is an object permanence issue. Like, these guys actually, I think they do sincerely lack the intelligence to understand what is going on. I don't think they can grasp metaphorical wording. Symbolic language, totally out of their realm of understanding. You could tell somebody that, you could probably take a bite of a cheeseburger and say, "Oh, this tastes like heaven." And they'd be like, "Well, how do you know that? How do you know that it tastes like heaven? Does the Bible say that heaven tastes like a cheeseburger?
Makes so much sense.
Of course.
On to the next one.
Leaving aside the myriad issues with a literal interpretation of this verse, there's no reason that it only
It is literal because
Okay.
God literally stopped the
Again.
sun from moving. So
4 out of that story.
is he
dude,
saying it wasn't a
shut
literal
up.
day?
Shut up.
And he had to say,
works on a flat Earth model. This is because the Earth, going by flat Earth rules, isn't
"Why are
actually
you putting flat Earth in space, dude? Flat Earth's not in space."
Oh my god, it's a graphic, you fucking idiot. You absolute fucking idiot. Your people can't even agree on the cosmology.
Gotta get that. You can't get.
Like, they sit. I legitimately think the IQ gap here is 100 points. I'm serious. I know my IQ. I do. I know what it is. I am saying right now it is at least 100 points.
Get that out of their heads. You can't.
Yeah. No containment now. I mean, it just was a containment.
You cannot get this out of their
Oh, I'm sure there are people out there teaching, but here's the thing, because I didn't go to Crown College.
heads, man. This damn space and giant balls of gas and shit. They can't. You got to get rid of that. It doesn't exist. Stop with that.
It's a straw
Okay, great argument. I'm convinced.
man. They're literally just straw manning flat Earth.
That's actually not what a straw man is. It's a graphic, my dude.
And they're attacking a straw man model they created.
Nope, this is actually representative of their model. It's just floating in space instead of an endless plane because they can't seem to decide what the situation is.
Yeah, that's right.
Jackie Hewitt would solo these guys. These guys wouldn't have even made it to the trail. They'd have died right outside of the car.
Actually spinning.
Right.
So there would really be no consequences if the sun and moon stopped rotating overhead, especially if it was just for a few hours one time. In any case, neither of these first two examples directly addresses the shape or substance of the Earth.
Yes, they do.
Except they actually don't. They talk about the sun and the moon.
Directly. Because if you had to stop the sun from moving on a heliocentric model, there would be chaos. Everybody would have died. There would be nothing right now. Because your
That's right.
universe works in perfect harmony in a very specific cycle.
And how does yours work?
It's like this guy doesn't understand this thing called fine-tuning in
Okay.
the universe.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
dumbass.
But it's all in vain. The heliocentric world works like that. All these complicated, intricate gears. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Complex systems and that. But it's all in vain. It's for nothing.
Yeah.
No hope. You know what I mean? It was just a big mistake. You know? Crazy, innit? No purpose.
Come on.
But he believes that 1 Chronicles 16:30 does. Reading, "Tremble before him, all the earth. Indeed, the world is firmly established and it
Amen.
will not be moved," in the New American Standard Bible. It is implied that this means the earth is a stationary, immovable object. Now,
Yeah, that's usually what
Yes,
it will not be moved means.
These guys are so dumb.
It's
Established.
just implied.
Yeah.
It's saying that. It's flat out saying that.
If Ivy
Yeah, exactly. You know, there were
Hang on, where'd it go? There it is.
times when I was doing Jack that I actually felt retarded, like really retarded. I mean, I brushed my teeth retarded. I rode bus retarded.
Damn.
In a weird way, I had to sort of brush my teeth doing Jack. That
Actually, you know what? I have a better idea. Ready?
exactly. You know, there were times when I was doing Jack that I actually felt retarded, like really retarded. I mean, I brushed my teeth retarded. I rode bus retarded.
Damn.
In a weird way, I had to sort of just free myself up to believe that it was okay to be stupid or dumb.
To be a moron.
Yeah,
To be moronical.
exactly. To be a moron.
An imbecile.
Yeah.
Like the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived.
When I was playing the character.
When he was a character.
Yeah, I mean, as Jack, definitely.
Yeah. Jack. Stupid ass Jack. Trying to come back from that.
In a weird way, it was almost like I had to sort of fool
It
my
looks
mind
like
into
they're actually
believing that
saying it,
it
too.
wasn't retarded. And by the end of the whole thing, I was like, wait a minute, you know? I flushed so much out, how am I gonna jumpstart it up again? It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, right?
You was farting in bathtubs and laughing your ass off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Simple Jack thought he was smart. Or rather, didn't think he was retarded, so he can't afford to play retarded, being a smart actor. Playing a guy who ain't smart but thinks he is, that's tricky.
Tricky.
It's like working with Mercury. It's high science, man. It's art form.
Yeah.
You an artist.
That's what we do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hats off for going there. Especially knowing how the Academy is about that shit.
It works really well.
Wait. About what?
You're serious? You don't know. Everybody knows you never go full retard.
What do you mean?
Check it out.
Like, it worked too well.
what is, because this is the one thing I have to keep reiterating. What you believe the Bible teaches flat or globe is secondary. It doesn't really, it's not a salvation issue. We all know that. But if you understand
Actually, no,
if you are fighting-
no, it 100% is a salvation issue. Okay? It is. Because the Bible does not say the earth is flat. in order to believe the Bible says the earth is flat, you have to believe everything in the Bible is literal. And if you follow every single word of the Bible literally to the letter, you will commit sin. Because guess what? A whole bunch of Old Testament figures are not supposed to be role models.
For
Continue.
the
Come on.
think I'll roll them.
Liar, then you're lying.
Interpreting the Bible is don't take verses out of context. And the context here is crucial, given that this is a prayer of thanksgiving and not meant to be taken in a literal sense. It's meant in a metaphysical sense. This is not a statement that the earth doesn't move, earthquakes having been recorded earlier in the Bible, but rather it is an exaltation of the establishment of Jerusalem as the resting place of the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
What's he gonna say? What's he gonna say to that one?
When I say established, it shall not be moved, as in the foundation is established.
Oh my
Obviously,
God.
the earth has
Yeah, wasn't
earthquakes; it shakes.
Yeah. That
He-
wasn't
Zoof, went right past the actual point.
physical about that.
Look at the metaphysical. They go the time.
What? No. Also, no.
Yeah. When I say established, it shall not be moved, as in the foundation is established.
No. If we're taking the book literally, it says the earth shall not be moved. Flatoids, not only are you really unbelievably stupid, just like actually beyond the pale dumb, but you also are contradicting yourself.
Obviously, the earth has
Yeah, wasn't
earthquakes; it shakes.
Yeah. That wasn't
Obviously,
physical
there's
about that.
Look at the
obviously it's
metaphysical. They go
fucking
the time to say about
round.
the Ark of the Covenant. But that's also a lie, because the Ark of the Covenant has been moved.
Like,
Ugh.
I didn't say. Oh my God. This man hasn't read the Bible. He hasn't. He has no idea what is going on here. He does not understand how this connects to Isaiah, and how this connects to Daniel, and how this connects to everything. Oh my God.
So in other words, again, you're calling God a liar.
I'm calling God a liar?
Where's the Ark of the Covenant now, dude? It was moved, so not established then.
What? Wait. So earthquakes aren't the earth moving, but the Ark of the Covenant moving. That we need to be lit. Oh my God, you are a fucking idiot.
It's literally a
This is
prayer of thanks,
impressive.
remarking that the people of Israel will not be driven from their lands and will retain them through God's protection.
Oh, and what happened to when the people lost their land?
This guy is so uneducated that I don't even know how I could possibly explain this to him. I actually want to do the show now. I genuinely want to I want to go on. I want to go on this guy's show. I would genuinely love to.
These people don't think. Oh man.
I'm going to be honest, guys. I didn't think they were going to be this. I want to use the word. I shouldn't. I didn't think they would be this bad. I did not think they would be this stupid. Yeah, these guys would, not a single one of these guys would qualify for the military. Even if they did, it would be the Marines, and they get their cran ration and talk about how good it tastes.
Do these people actually think before they say this stuff?
No.
Does he know the people,
No.
the Israelites lost their land? They only recently got it back.
Oh no, do you guys remember the next part of the video?
Psalm 136:6 is next, reading, "To him who spread out the earth above the waters," which of course must be read with the understanding that Psalm 136 is a poem. This is metaphorical language, not a literal description of how the earth was formed. And by the way, if you
But it literally is in validation of Genesis.
Oh my God, no.
When it is explaining the earth in water, separating the waters from above from below.
You will not find a single theologian or Bible scholar who would ever tell you to take Psalms literally.
It might be a poem, but it's in reference to an
Ryan, none of them could touch your ASVAB score.
actual event, a literal event taking place. This guy's not very good at, how can I put it this way? Doing the exegesis on Bible scripture, is he?
Well, you guys are actually just too stupid to comprehend what I'm saying.
No, not at all.
How the hell did he get
That's
that
all.
certificate, you may ask? I have no idea.
Because I actually studied and understood and wrote numerous papers and read the books and all that.
That's embarrassing.
He's reading that weird Bible.
Or he's lying about it.
Yes, I'm lying about the Where is it? I'm not sure where it went since I moved. I'm gonna have to find them.
No, I think he got it. I just don't think there's very high standards to get it.
Penn State University, which outranks every single university in South Africa. Every single one. And most universities in Europe. Penn State is in the top 100 schools in the world, and the history program is even higher.
No, of course not. You go to a little course. You know what I mean? They'll show you.
It wasn't a course. Shut up, you Scottish fuck. You have no idea how the American education system works, and our high schools are more rigorous than your first years of college.
A little bit of the Old Testament, a little bit of the New, and what is the basic meaning of the Gospels and stuff like that. And
nope, not even remotely correct.
A few memory verses. Off you go. There you go.
Took an entire course on Revelation. I took a full semester-long 400-level senior seminar on the book of Revelation.
Done it. Perfect. You're a nice Christian boy now. A theologian, in fact.
I thought being a pastor was different.
Penn State, the second highest ranked university in Pennsylvania. Like, it actually might be slightly lower than that. I think there might be a couple that are higher, but Penn State's like a top 10 university in Pennsylvania.
But said, it's hard to understand.
Theology degree required like a doctorate.
You guys would never sniff a doctorate.
Yeah, but he's got his minor.
They totally missed the degree in medieval studies. Do they think that doesn't involve religion?
I think it said that he got a minor qualification, so he just did a quick course.
Yeah, we get it. You're not American, and you don't understand how American education works.
Oh, I see. You got a bachelor's.
You know why I didn't get a... Do you guys want to know why I don't have a master's in religious studies? Or, yeah, sorry, not a master's. A major in religious studies? It's because Penn State discontinued the program a couple years before I got there. I fulfilled all of the requirements.
So it's not a very big course. You can still carry on.
He has no idea what he's talking about. It's 6 classes.
Studying, but I mean...
2 of which have to be 400 level.
Might need to look a bit deeper into how he's trying to...
They have not provided a single argument.
To interpret the scriptures being presented. Roger Ladle, $2 super chat. Earthquakes.
Well, that's true. I guess
that's a straw man, actually.
you can make someone understand what they're reading. All you can do is like make.
Oh man.
Come on. Keep going.
Implementation of the globe. Why on earth would spread out only apply to a flat planet and not a globe?
Flat is not a planet.
Did you listen to what I said? No, of course he didn't.
And he dwelleth in a tent. Last time I checked, the tent has.
He dwelleth in a tent. Nobody dwells in a tent, actually, except maybe you. Again, I think symbolic language really just escapes these guys.
The flat foundation. When you spread...
This is precisely how Moses felt. Oh, wait, did I accidentally mute it? I did.
Not a curved surface.
I think they do think I only have an associate's degree. I think they genuinely think that.
Coming. I could tell anybody about being a witness to seeing a man rise from the dead, but nobody would believe it as the story goes. Yep. Unfortunately, that happens. Even though we can show documentation of people being clinically dead for 3 days or whatever, coming back to life, they will still just call bullshit on it.
Pretty sure if we had evidence of people being clinically dead for 3 days and then coming back to life, that would actually pose more problems for Christianity.
Or, I know it's just a once-in-a-lifetime miracle that happened, and that doesn't prove anything. Yeah. Science can't show it to be true, so it doesn't fit the globe model, so therefore it's not true. And this is one thing I get a lot of the Muslims as well. Their argument is, if it doesn't comport to their Quran, then it's false. It's the same with the globe. If it doesn't comport to their heliocentric belief, then it's false.
Actually, you guys are doing what Muslims do with the Quran. How did you say that? I am a Christian. I said if the Bible and reality seem to contradict, it means we're interpreting the Bible wrong. This guy just said Muslims say if the reality contradicts the Quran, reality is wrong. These guys are saying if reality contradicts the Bible, reality is wrong. They are far closer to the Muslim argument than mine.
Doesn't matter what you present. If it just doesn't fit their belief system, it's false.
That's exactly what they're saying. Oh
As you
my
consider
god.
what above actually means here, it's not saying that the water is flat at the bottom of everything and the rest of the stuff is above it. It's saying that in terms of elevation, it's higher. There are things that are underwater that are above other things that are underwater.
No,
In fact,
really?
there is water that is above the water. It's just gaseous. Ferguson goes on to cite Isaiah 12:10 as the sun shall be dark.
Did he just say the water above is gaseous? Do you
Yeah.
know gas is not water? It's a different. Did he just say the water above is gaseous? You do know gas is not water. It's a different phase.
Does he think the phases of matter are solid, water, and gas? Water can be liquid, water. It can be solid, ice, and it can be gaseous, steam. Clouds are gaseous because they're not liquid and they're not solid. Did you fail the fucking first grade?
Yeah.
Wow.
Darkened in its going forth. But Isaiah 12 only
Thank
has
you,
6 verses.
Cakes.
He meant Isaiah 13:10, which is typically translated
Here we go.
darkened in its going forth. But Isaiah 12 only has 6 verses. He meant Isaiah 13:10, which is typically translated as, for the stars of heaven and their constellations shall not give their light. The sun will be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause its light to shine. This is, of course, a prophecy and not a description of the cosmos. And what the prophecy is describing has absolutely nothing to do with cosmology at all.
Oh, yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Genesis 1 again.
wow.
No, it's
God
not.
created.
This has nothing to do with Genesis 1. This has absolutely nothing to do with Genesis 1. Isaiah 13:10 has no connection to Genesis 1.
The sun as the light to rule the day, and the lesser light, the moon, to rule the night.
These guys have, and I saw somebody say something about IQ earlier. I know IQ is not the best possible measurement. My point in saying it is more that it's a colloquialism for these guys are fucking dumb.
In other words, the moon
No.
giving its own light, the sun giving
I don't think these guys have actually read an entire chapter of the Bible once in their lives.
its own light.
You did tell me
Nothing to do
yesterday I
with
need more
cosmology,
whiskey.
though.
I
Yeah.
need more
See,
whiskey.
this is what it, with other scriptures as well. Yes, it's a prophecy, but the prophecy is in validation of a literal creation.
The prophecy is no. No,
In Genesis. So in other words, it's validating the creation
it's not. It has nothing to do with Genesis.
in Genesis. Just like when Daniel made a prophecy or Joshua made a prophecy,
Bro, you don't even know what solid, liquid, and gas are. Don't you dare try and interpret the Bible.
let's for instance, Joshua made a prophecy about he saw the wheat tares bowing before him, which were his brothers. Okay? He made a prophecy about it. Obviously, it's not wheat tares busy bowing before him, but the fulfillment of that prophecy is literal. Just like the fulfillment of the prophecy you just read out now is literal.
Except it has nothing to do with cosmology. It didn't say the sun would stop.
This, the,
All. This is, of course, constellations.
It doesn't say the sun will stop. It says the sun will be dark when it rises. Also, on the flat earth model, the sun can't rise. It goes around in a circle, which means the sun would only ever just kind of disappear, but it would never dip below the horizon. Now, of course, this is the newer translation. It's technically will be darkened and it's going forth. But the point is,
prophecy or going before literal.
they're using the KJV. I'm using the NASB. All right, let's...
Off lands. It's talking about the destruction of Babylon by an army from far-off lands, later revealed to be the Medes. The same event is actually described in Daniel 5 and 6, but without any of the details about a darkened sky, because that's about the city itself being taken, and it also doesn't focus on the combat or what's going on outside. It focuses on the warning of what's going to happen. In the sake of Isaiah, however, given that it's
Also, I love that they're sitting here like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, and then they're watching me accurately describe books of the Bible and what they're about, just nodding their heads.
prophecy, a literal reading is simply not necessarily the best course of action. But even if you do take it literally, there's nothing in the verse that constitutes a refutation of the globe model.
Oh, yes, it does.
How?
Again, the moon having its own light is a refutation of the globe.
Guys, if the sun is darkened, how can the moon reflect its light? This is why it's not a refutation of the globe model. Also, they didn't totally understand the function of the cosmos yet. I don't even know where to begin. I'm still just going to stick with what I said earlier. If the Bible says the earth is flat, the Bible is wrong. If you say the Bible is wrong, you're not a Christian. As we'll go into in part 2 tomorrow, you can actually just use simple mathematics and observation to prove that the earth is in fact a sphere without even getting off of the surface. But
model, because the globe model dictates that the moon doesn't have its own light. The moon is reflecting the sun's light.
That's right.
Dude, another super chat. Thank you very much. $5 super chat. Really appreciate it, man. You've been sending super chats galore tonight. Really, thank you very much. He says, one last super chat. All the Globy are mad about the moon not making an appearance in the eclipse.
the moon is what caused the eclipse, you fucking moron.
They are going crazy about
Oh my god.
Now they are just saying, oh, you guys are just dishonest. You're just angry and sad that we show the moon before you get to the that it is the moon.
This guy has fetal alcohol syndrome, I'm convinced.
Build up he's actually said is
I think
not just misconstruing what the Bible actually says. You know what
That's what you're doing. Spit it out.
I mean? Not understanding it at all. He's just
well,
he's not an idiot, obviously. That's just an
yeah,
expression.
I don't think he's an idiot. I think
Oh, so I'm no longer incompetent or an idiot. I'm just getting it wrong.
But he just doesn't know. He's definitely indoctrinated, isn't he?
yeah, I don't think he's dishonest. I don't think he's dumb or anything. I just think he's being a bit dishonest as he's trying
You called me retarded like 5 minutes ago.
to wiggle his way around to keep a heliocentric belief. So it's the cognitive pain he's going through. Let's put it that way.
No, I'm trying to interpret the Bible in a way that makes sense with observable reality.
That's what I say.
Instead of sticking my head in the sand and saying, no, 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 my holy book is right no matter what reality says. Like, you know, a different Abrahamic religion.
But yeah, this section he's giving now is the most flat earth he's been saying in his whole video.
The argument seems to be that because the sun is described as going forth, that means it's not us moving around it. But once again, everything is being described by people on Earth who are observing things from Earth, and thus it's going to look like it's the sun that's moving, even if it's not. Like, relativity seems to be a really big problem for the flat Earth community. Not just the theory of relativity, but really any relativity in general. If anything, this verse seems to be a prediction of something like a lunar eclipse, or perhaps a volcanic eruption, the latter being more likely, considered—
What?
Wait.
What?
He's like, what? What? Read the fucking book, moron!
Since when is relativity a
You fucking heretic. Read your Bible before you decide to talk about it.
issue for flat earth, guys?
Wow.
This guy makes my head hurt, man.
It's the tinfoil.
What I think is that it's theory.
I'm making your head hurt because your brain is totally incapable of comprehending a word I've said.
I mean, I take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, less twist on top of the tinfoil.
He cut it off before I could even finish it. He cut it off before I finished mentioning the references to vapors of smoke and desolation. Oh my god. All right. Okay, you know what? Here we go. Let's here's what we're going to do. We're going to switch over to Lore Lodge. We're going to switch over to Lore Lodge and we're going to have some fun. Also, it looks like YouTube like my Lore Lodge account hasn't all right, here we go. Flatzoids. All right. Challenged us to come and talk to them in this stream. Challenge accepted. We can do it on your platform. No balls. Just kidding. Yeah, well. All right. Okay. We're in. We'll even do it on your channel. Let's have ourselves a debate, since I'm very confident that someone who doesn't know who Augustine of Hippo is will not be a challenge. Actually, I don't think I need a comma there. Sorry, I had to correct my grammar. Who boy. The funny part is, like, I actually got everything right. Trashed? You mean the video where he cut out 90% of what I said and used the text transcript for one part because he needed it to seem like I was serious when I was making a joke? The guy who chickened out of a... The well just happened to be built at the sun's GP. Yeah, right. It was built in the Tropic of Cancer, very close to the equator. Greece is not in the Tropic of Cancer, very close to the equator. Hence why you can't... That is a proof! If you can... Oh my god. Oh boy. This is like... This is a special level of stupid. It is pretty funny. I gotta say, no balls would have been a good one. Oh my god. You know what we need right now? You know what we need right now? We need some nukes. We need some nukes to lighten the mood. Also, thank you, Sarah McInnes, for becoming a member. I appreciate it. So, what do we got? Anything new from nukes? Any nukes? I'm gonna switch profiles again so I know if I've seen something already. Hoo boy! We did see that one. That's for a year ago. What the hell? Top 10 scary TikToks of the year. Top 10 scary ghost videos of the year. Oh my god, Amanda's home. You know what we'll do? You know what we'll do? Trying to find, let's go to, Lore Lodge. Scroll all the way through our videos. Gonna go to the bottom. All the way to the bottom. And, let's see. We're gonna listen to some old school Aidan Mattis as we, play out the end of the stream. How's that sound? What's a good one? Let's do this bad boy. I forgot it was still on the, high speed. This is the most fun. The most fun. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta calm the dogs down. What I decided I'd do, we'll give you guys an awoo. You want the awoo? Mm-hmm. We got plenty of awoos going. Hello. Yep. Just finish up now. So, the reason I thought I would bring this up is because I was actually way better read on all of this when I made this video. 8 years ago. I also bring this up. I also bring this up because my band is playing a show next weekend. If you're anywhere near Collegeville, Pennsylvania, we're going to be playing at Trouble's End Brewing at 8 p.m. It is for an emo night, so we're going to be the first band up. We're playing 4 songs, 2 originals. If you've been around a while, you've heard them. But yeah, this is when I was in high school. I'll go read the super chats, yeah. Looking for them right now. All right, we have Kel on the official data for 499 said, look what the low-ass grades the Eurobors have to get to pass. Anything under a 70 was a failing grade where I come from. Same. Didn't I tell you that you needed more whiskey? Yes. You did. I do need more whiskey. Daddy Falcor said, it's the smugness that gets my goat. Exactly, like the smugness of these people, as they're denying the existence of Augustine of Hippo and saying that Thomas Aquinas is not an authority on the Bible. Oh boy. All right, even Tartaria didn't send him over the edge. Yeah, this has me way more irritated. All right, I understand, Junkyard Searcher. I will try and tone down the profanity in future episodes. I just found these guys very insulting, unnecessarily. These are not on YouTube Music, but yeah, this is high school. Oh, Metal Mama Sue. That's where my girlfriend's from. Harrisburg. We will have YouTube Music stuff up eventually, though. We're working on getting everything put together. Yeah, and so I'm super excited. We got 2 brand new songs that we're playing live for the first time. Also gonna be doing covers of Free Fallin' by Tom Petty and Dear Maria Count Me In by All Time Low. And yeah, good chance to come out, hang, see some good music, see some good artists. There's 4 bands playing, and then there's gonna be a there's 4 bands playing. There's gonna be a thing at the end. Like an emo night DJ set with a microphone getting passed around. These are a lot of fun. I've been to several of them. It'll be a good time. But yeah, Flat Earth video number 2 coming out tomorrow, where I am sassy but not profane. So I think you guys will enjoy that one. We give all of the mathematics, all of the observational proofs. We go through Eric Dubé, quite possibly the dumbest person I've ever encountered prior to tonight, and all the stuff he gets wrong about just everything. My favorite being when he says that railway engineers don't account for the curvature of the Earth. So I went and I found multiple railway engineering books from back in the 1800s where they account for the curvature of the Earth. Anyway, thank you. It was very nice to have everybody here. We had a good number of people. I think we peaked around 300. Damn, that is fun. So yeah, we'll be doing more reaction stuff next Thursday and more gaming next Friday. I'm gonna have the Hell Drinkers stream tomorrow. So if you enjoy watching me and the boys blast bugs and spill oil, that's the time to do it. And yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys. The chat about the shirt. Oh wait, I didn't see. Please, Lord, strike me from this plane, so I shan't hear these uncircumcised baboons any longer. If not, take my hearing, I beg you. This is breaking your brain. These guys could make Tartarians look like Hawking. Pretty sure Aiden's about to go full retard too. The U.S. military requires a minimum IQ of 73 in order to be qualified to join. All 3 of these would be rejected by a recruiter. Whew. A 5th grade understanding of the English language would have saved everybody's brain cells and mental health from these idiots. What do you mean, you people? Have a good day. Can't listen to this because I get irrationally upset even when it's just clips. Give them hell. God, these rocks masquerading as people are causing an itch that only a shotgun could scratch. How did I miss these? My brain wants to leave this plane, so I won't share it. Anyone who's got through 5th grade is more qualified. Even the Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, don't insult Ashton Forbes like that. Rex, why give it that much credit? No consistency. I'm convinced it's a psyop. I don't think it is. Wait, where's the shirt one? I don't see the shirt one. Who would never need to go to a comedy show when flat earthers exist? I'm Orthodox, so I believe if we have to take someone's word on biblical interpretation on cosmology, it will be the church fathers, not a flat earther. Exactly. Yeah, I didn't see them. I didn't see all these ones earlier because the side screen only gives me some. The underscreen here gives me the rest. Ryan, I am Aidan Mattis' TV. Oh, because Ryan said I turned on your TV. I'm in your walls, right? Redo of Healer. I'm not sure I know what you mean by that. Mattis no like flat earth. Mattis no like flat earth. Flat earth is asshole. Great reference. Torterra is my favorite conspiracy theory. Just from the start of the vid, I can't wait to see where this vid is going tonight. Long live the Windusy, exactly. Probably gonna make a video on the Bennington Triangle. Go for it, dude. Mattis is secretly a Keebler elf. Rude. Rude. I'm going, but I'm not seeing a shirt one. Maybe sweep the house with a 9 and go double check the locks. Oh, shirt idea. Here we go. Flat Earth, sun orbiting it, large text, egocentric model. Yes. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. All right. Sorry for missing the super chats at first. I got to them. Thank you all for hanging out. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Bye.